We are live. Welcome to the Insane Asylum. We are here with our guest, Jimmy K from Max Inc. Radio and Hotel K.
What's up, Joe? Mark, how you doing today, man?
Doing good, doing good. How you been doing?
Doing well. Thanks for having me on today. Really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for coming on. So I hear you're
Happy
rocking it out.
Oktoberfest to you.
Oktoberfest. It's September, man. You're early.
You know, I'll tell you what. If people are going to go crazy with the pumpkin spice starting in late August,
Oh Jesus.
I think we could celebrate a beer holiday a little bit early. And there's so many
That's
Oktoberfest, and
fine.
there's so many Oktoberfest beers out there. You need a couple months to get through them all.
Yeah.
True. Or you just need a nice cast iron stomach and a iron will and just start pounding very first, at midnight the very first day and
Right.
and just keep going. But no, yeah, I know there's a lot of different beers, mostly microbrews, aren't they?
Well, I mean, Oktoberfest. There's everybody has an Oktoberfest.
Oh yeah.
It's just a simple traditional German beer style lager. It's awesome. The maltiness. There's so many out there. You just got to find one that you like, and then get
Yep.
another.
See, I'm afraid to drink a German beer the way that the Germans drink them.
War- You mean
Bec-
warm?
Exactly. And not just that, a true German beer is a very dark, kind of a
Yeah.
bittersweet
It's like
or
tar.
lager, and and they are kept mostly in root cellars, so their temperatures are only roughly 66 degrees.
Okay.
So I like my beer cold. I like it right on that verge of freezing.
I think it depends on the style of beer you're drinking regarding the temperature. I mean, most beer was in the first place, especially your IPAs, were made because they couldn't be refrigerated.
Mm,
So,
well,
it's all your personal taste. Beer, that's the wonderful thing about beer. It's all about your personal taste. Nothing's correct, nothing's wrong.
now I used to like MGD,
The champagne
and
of beers.
now it's like, okay, that doesn't taste right anymore to me. So I've found Spotted Cow, which is New Glarus, and to me, Spotted Cow actually tastes like what MGD used to taste like.
It's a farm. Well, Spotted Cow is a farmhouse ale, and MGD is just, I believe, is just an ale, isn't it? But there's a lot of, there's mass production. Although
Oh yeah.
Spotted Cow, they're making a lot of Spotted Cow.
Oh God, yes.
There's a
And the
lot of
thing,
cow coming out of New Glarus.
yes, there is. And the funny thing is about New Glarus Brewery and New Glarus beers, you cannot get them.
You have to be in
If you,
state.
yeah, they have to be sold in the state of
Yeah.
Wisconsin. They will not allow vendors outside the state to sell them.
People travel from across the country. If they come to Wisconsin for the sole
Just
purpose to buy
yes,
Spotted Cow.
well, not just Spotted Cow. The sole
Oh yeah, I
purpose
mean
of
there's
New
others out there.
Glarus Brewery.
But Spotted Cow is their number one seller, so
Oh God,
that,
yes, I know.
that's what people are coming for.
And it is really tasty beer. It is a very
I
tasty
wouldn't
beer.
know. I don't drink. So,
No, you don't drink beer,
no.
but you have drank, and you still do drink occasionally. But your drink of choice is
I don't know what you're talking about.
whatever.
I drink
You know, we're
Mountain Dew.
here. We're here to talk about Jimmy and his
Yeah.
stuff here. So
Max
come
Inc.
on, get
Radio.
back to it, boy.
Well, this is okay. When during the Jimmy K show with Edub, we used to have a weekly segment called the Beer of the Week. Trixie from Trixie's Liquor at the corner of Oak and East Washington
Yep,
used
know
to come
exactly
on
where
our
that's at.
show, and down at the Wisco, and we would rate a beer every week. It was a lot of fun.
I knew a gal named Trixie once.
Oh my God. Here we go. You triggered
No,
him.
nope. I remember the liquor store though.
Okay, Jimmy. Let's get going
So,
here. So,
what got you started in the DJ business? I mean, you weren't at Max Inc. Radio first.
Well, basically, with what we're doing right now, basically started in 2010, 2011. I met Edub at a crawdad party. We were
A
pinching
crawdad party?
a crawdad
Sounds
party.
like that sounds like something you see down south. They actually have those here though.
The
gumbo.
crawfish
Yeah.
came from the Louisiana Crawfish Company in
Right.
Louisiana. And they're shipped up here. Our good friends Doug and Brenda, they had this party every year. This is an excuse to get together, drink beer, and have a fire and eat really good food. And,
Sure, it's Wisconsin. Why the hell not?
right?
Yeah,
Crawfish,
Well-
corn on the cob, red potatoes. Anyway, I met
Crawfish.
Edub there. Go ahead.
Right. Crawfish are just basically a miniature lobster.
Yes, they are.
I know what they are. I know.
And I tell you
crawfish
what, if you get a big enough crawfish and you can crack open that claw meat, you're in business.
Oh yeah, I've seen some big freaking crawfish, man.
Well,
I've seen some probably like that.
Here's
with,
to
with pincers about yay big.
here's to pitching tail and sucking head all day long.
That's a
So-
good one.
Awesome.
I met Edub, and we found out we had a common thread that we both liked radio. And so at the time, another friend of mine, Slam and Elvin, we were doing BOA, and that was just a under the ground internet deal. And Edub and I created the Bastard Den. It was kind of a morning format with some comedy, interviews, and our niche was going to be local and independent music from around the area, around Madison, Wisconsin. And we did this out of our basement, kind of like you two are doing right now at your mom's house. Although I own my own basement, you guys are at your mom's house, right?
No, you wish. My
Joe
mom
is.
passed away.
It was a joke, Joe.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Joe, come on, get with it.
So
He's such a. He's,
But yeah,
we did this show, and we kind of caught on because we had to, because we were inviting people over to the studio to get on the air. We were incorporating live music on the radio, which I love. I met Rocker from Maximum Make Music magazine about a year later. This was in 2011. I interviewed him on my show. A couple days later, he says, "I want to start an internet radio station." So that's how Max Inc. Radio started. At the peak of Max Inc. Radio back then on internet radio, we really hit our stride probably about 2 years in. And the reason being, we had a great team of DJs. They would do shows. We had live or pre-recorded DJ programming from 6 a.m. until like 7 p.m. And then we had a really good Emperor auto DJ going the rest of the time. And everything from singer-songwriter, everything from punk, rock. There's an outlaw country show with Tommy Trigger. That was awesome.
I remember that show.
Yeah.
I used to listen to him because I kind of like country.
There was some jazz that got played, a lot of blues. And the cool thing about
I could dig the jazz and blues.
Exactly. So, it was all centered around Madison, Wisconsin, promoting the local artists of Madison, Wisconsin, even around the state, artists from Milwaukee, Green Bay, the Fox Valley, up in La Crosse and Eau Claire. There's a strong music scene here in Wisconsin.
You still do
And-
that though.
I still do what?
Talk to bands and stuff.
Oh, yeah. So the current, where we are right now, we're no longer broadcasting on the internet. Rocker and I, we started the show, Max Inc. Radio, and we were fortunate enough to become friends with Mike Root from 92.7 here in Madison. Crudy, right. So Crudy is
I've
the
been
host.
listening to him for years.
So Crudy is the host of The Devil's Advocates with Dom and Crude. Weekdays now at 2:00 in the afternoons, followed by Earl Ingram. You can get more information on the schedule at talk927fm.com. But Rocker and I, we are on Saturday nights at 6:00. and we do a 3-hour show. We interview people. We tell you what's happening in the music scene, and it's a blast. And we get a lot of positive feedback saying, "Hey, wow, I just discovered this band because of you," and a buddy of mine happens to be in it.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Now, I guess talking about 92.7 for just a second here. There are three venues of that, right? There's 1580 AM and there's 101.7 out of Milwaukee. Now, are you guys on those channels as well, or
Well,
is it just the 92.7?
we were on all four channels, but unfortunately, the
Four.
Milwaukee station, yeah, there was
I
an
only know
AM,
the three.
there was an AM 1520 in Waukesha.
Oh,
And
okay.
so it was two AMs, two FMs. Unfortunately, the FM and I believe the AM in Waukesha and Milwaukee are no longer there. You know, COVID happened.
Oh yeah.
Everybody lost advertising in the radio world. I mean, if you
Yep.
listen to any commercial radio in Madison during the last 6 months, they're dying for advertisers. So 92.7, Crudy was in the same boat. So he decided to close up shop in Milwaukee. Madison is strong though, so we still have so that there's that. And I know Crudy's also in the process of doing like a rebrand. I believe it's going to become Devil Radio Network, or Darn WI,
Yep.
DARNWI.com.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I thought you had another question. I'm sorry.
Hi,
no,
Barb.
no. I'm sorry.
How
I
you
just
doing?
looked over that. Barb
Hey, Tom.
Klein. That's Tom from Off the Rail. That's his mom.
Oh,
Hi, Barb.
hello, Barb.
So yeah, Darn, Wisconsin. Devil's
Right.
Advocate Radio Network.
Right. So anyway, Rocker and I, we do Max Inc. Radio Saturday nights at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. from 9. Like I said, we interview a ton of people. A
Now,
lot of people, we focus on artists coming out with new music or artists having an event or a show. If there's a show happening, we're definitely going to be talking about it.
Cool.
now I got a question for you because you've got the voice for the radio show and stuff like that. Did that have anything to do with what you were doing prior to all of that, as in dispatching? I mean,
Yes.
Oh my God, he's calling you out. No.
for all of you that don't know, Jimmy K was the best dispatcher at Madison
Oh,
Taxi, and I can say that because I used to work there when he was working a few times. He's actually the reason I ended up at Madison Taxi.
I apologize for that.
That's okay. I had some fun.
I guess dispatching, I did it for Madison Taxi and Green Cab and
Did ya?
Badger. I just lost connection, didn't I?
No, I've got
No.
you, Jimmy.
I've still got you.
Can you hear us, Jim?
Are you there? Hello?
Yeah,
Yeah, Jimmy, I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh, don't know if I'm on the air or not. Should I just play a
Yeah, you
record
are.
right now or what?
Can hear
Play
you.
Stairway to Heaven, go take a poop?
I wonder if he lost us, Joe.
I don't know.
I,
Did you
I can
lose
still
us?
hear him.
I can still hear him too.
I can still hear.
Oh, hey, you guys are back.
Well, we never lost you.
We never lost you, Jim. In fact, here, I was going to write you a note. And I was going to say, yes.
Well, they tell you in radio.
I hear
You.
you.
There you go.
See,
Well-
like that. And then it's not going to show up.
Yeah, because I didn't see or hear you,
That's because of the green screen.
Where was I? I
Probably.
was
Probably.
taking a poop or something like that.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, we were able to hear you. All of a sudden, whenever you said that you lost us, up on Joe's
No, I
screen,
heard what you
on
said
my,
about Badger.
on my screen, on Joe's, with Joe here, it went dark, and then it had that little circle for about a second, and then
Right.
then he popped back up, and then all of a sudden you're going, I think I lost connection.
I know exactly what happened. We were talking about dispatching cabs, which really, in my opinion, was a good experience. But I'm sure as hell glad I don't do it anymore.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad I don't drive cab anymore.
I used to drive for Union Transit. I never drove for a cab division. I was in the transit, and then I went from transit to bus, and then I got to set my ass in the hot seat for the evening shift of dispatch.
Mhm. It's a thankless job.
So it is actually, it very much is. So, but yeah, it was actually fun. You know, I was able to keep up with things.
But you've done bigger things than just your radio show because you've done live remotes at the Wisco in the
Well, yeah,
past.
exactly. One of the aspects of Max Inc. Radio and just doing what I do in general for radio, either internet radio or FM radio, and this is what I really miss because of COVID. I like doing the show in front of people in a bar or in a venue where a band's about to play. I love, even if we're not broadcasting, I've emceed a number of shows, including for the last 5 or 6 years, I've been in the MC at the Alchemy stage at Atwood Fest here in Madison. And
Wow.
that's a blast.
Oh, I bet it is.
I love getting on stage. One of my favorite memories actually was from Atwood Fest. It was like the second or third year I emceed Simo was closing the night out. And, the street was packed because people wanted to see Simo. I don't know if
Wow.
you guys know who these guys
I
are.
have no idea, but I
Look-
know about the festivals and stuff that happen down there on Shanks Corners, and they can
Look-
get quite big.
Right. So anyway, the crowd was going wild. Simo stopped. They walked off stage. We knew that there was going to be a encore. So I went up. I had to thank the sponsors real quick. And I was at the end of the night, so I didn't really have a voice left, and I was a little drunk. And but I got through the sponsors and the power and the energy, though, that was echoing off the crowd onto the stage was intense. And I stood there for a second because the people were just roaring because they wanted the Simo to come back on. Which they did, and they tore it up, but it was just incredible. That power, the energy, the love coming from the crowd is top notch.
You know,
Yeah,
the
see,
funny
and
thing is, you two being related, it's hard to fathom that because you, Jimmy, by your explanation there, you are a ham in front of people on stage.
oh yeah,
Joe, on the
I've
other
seen
hand,
some of his.
he can't even hardly stand in front of anybody and talk about anything because he has such bad stage fright. And I have been working with him for a long time to get over that.
I know it's real bitch, ain't it?
It's
Yeah, I've
tough.
always
I
been
mean,
jealous because I've wanted to do the same thing Jimmy does,
I tell you what,
but I don't have,
I found it's harder to go on stage and do your thing when there's no one or two or three people in the room. All right. That's very awkward for me. And it's really when you actually have to shine because, like a band,
right.
you gotta bring your A game if you're playing in front of a packed house or an empty room. You just have to do it. That's rule number one. Bring your A game every time. And, it's tough though for me anyway to do that in front of an empty or two or three people. But when the place is packed, there's a ton of people, you do get the butterflies and the pressure is in your brain. Oh, don't fuck up. Don't fuck up. Can I say fuck?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
Oh,
You say what do you want, man?
good.
We're uncensored.
Oh, that's what I thought.
uncensored.
We're on the
People know
internet.
we're uncensored.
Yeah, we're on the internet.
We're on the internet.
Yeah, we are on the internet.
Put this on the internet. Anybody can be a star on the internet.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
No, sometimes. I've seen some pretty fucked up shit, man.
So yeah, the live crowds are great. I love incorporating the live on the radio. I love incorporating the live music on the radio. Broadcasting live music is really a passion of mine. I enjoy it. I want to do more of it. I've done a lot of it, and it's fun.
Oh, I know it's
because-
got to be.
What's great about it, you get the raw, you get the true emotion. You get the true emotion from the artist. Maybe they drop a line or they weren't perfect, but that song was awesome because they did it in front of you and they put their all into it, and it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the greatest thing you've got going for you is you're talking with a lot of these local bands from around the area, and you never know. Some of them probably could come become famous, and you can say, "I knew him when." You
Well,
know, that's another
Pretty
cool
much.
aspect of that.
I you
You
know
know,
I've talked to a few big names. One band though that kind of happened to them, what you just described happened to them is Fox,
yeah.
Phox from Madison. If you don't know who Fox, find out who Fox is. They were great, but they played at Woodfest. They blew up shortly after playing at Woodfest because they got such great reviews. They did a tour. They were on late night television. They got a big contract. They did
Oh,
well for themselves. And another band, if you like
Now,
pop
hang on.
punk, hang on.
You just said was talking about them in the past tense. Are they no longer a band?
I I don't know if
Fox.
Fox has officially broken up. They're not actively doing anything as far as I know.
Okay.
As far as I know
I was
Monica,
just
the
curious.
leads. Monica, I forget her last name. I apologize, Monica, but I know she's doing a side project. I seen that on her Facebook post. You
Hmm.
know, so I'm not sure what they're up to. I would pray for Fox to do a new album. That would be great.
Okay.
Another band though from Madison that has actually there's two. The first one is Masked Intruder, your pop punk wet dream of a band, and
yeah.
Criminals. You know, true anarchist. But they're great. They actually just released an album. If you search for Masked Intruder on Bandcamp, I believe, or Soul, they're everywhere. You know, Facebook. Another band from Madison that has done very well for themselves, especially over in Japan and Europe, is Lords of the Trident, a local metal band from Madison. In fact, their their catchphrase is the world's best or the most metal band in the world. That's what it is.
The most metal band in the world, huh?
Yeah,
Cool.
lords of the trident.com. Check them out. Join their
Pretty cool.
Patreon too. And while we're talking about bands, let me say one more thing. If I may just steal your show over here, okay?
Go ahead. Have fun. Enjoy.
Be- because of COVID, what happened with COVID and the shutdowns and everything, if there's one demographic in the world right now that's really struggling to pay the bills or even to eat, is the musicians
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
uh, or artists, musicians, artists, performers.
I watched a band. I watched a band's show that's was on your show a few times, probably. Sunspot.
Oh, you had Mike and Wendy on, didn't you, or just Mike?
No,
No,
just Mike,
we
Just Mike.
interviewed Mike, and then we're going to be interviewing his sister later on
sister.
in the month.
Now, Sunspot, they're the hardest working band in Madison. They've been around. Let me get this right here. I think since 1997,
Wow.
and it's Mike Huberty, Wendy,
And
and
Ben.
Ben, and they're just a rock. Some of this comedy rock, some of this good rock. Wendy is one heck of a fiddle player. She's one hell of
Oh
a
yeah.
drummer. Very talented people, and plus they
Yes.
do a podcast too along the lines of your
Yeah.
paranormal.
Yes. See you on the
You
other
on the other
side
side.
See you on the
podcast.
other side.
See you on the other side podcast.
If
I
you
guess
ever need a pitch man if you need someone to pitch your company, I am for sale. Okay.
I'll let you discuss that with Joe. Now, since we're on bands from the area, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't the band Garbage from the Madison area?
Yeah, some of the members were. The connection there is Smart Studios on East Washington Avenue. Garbage recorded their album at Smart Studios along
Yeah, I
with
remember where that studio started a long time ago.
Butch Vig. He was one of
Yeah.
the big producers. I got to give a shout out to Wendy Schneider here in Madison. She's one of the performers that need help. If I could just backtrack just for 1 second
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
to finish a point about the musicians, they need help. How can you help them? Do stuff like join their Patreon for like $5 or $6 a month or something like that. Buy their merch, buy their music.
Yeah.
If they're performing online, try to throw them a tip. Obviously, everybody's struggling, so if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. But if you can afford it, do it because they didn't get any like PPP money, probably.
Well,
Or
without music, this whole
No,
world would
the
suck.
musicians. Sorry to say that, but even though they're self-employed, they're not considered small businesses in the
um,
eyes of the government like that, unless
right.
it's about taxes.
Another way to help musicians too. There is a charitable organization here in Madison called the Mamas, the Madison Area Music Association. Um, they have a couple aspects of it. They have the award show, which is going to be coming up in October. Voting is closed for all that, but the live streaming show is going to be happening in October.
Yeah.
You can follow me on Facebook or go to themamas.org for that. But they have a sub charity called Mama Cares. And Mama Cares is a benefit fund for musicians that get sick or really fall on hard times for medical reasons or an accident, something of that type, and they can't pay their rent or a hospital bill. You know, that's an important fund. So it's basically like a safety net possible like insurance for I don't want to say insurance because it's not insurance, but you know, an artist could qualify to get money from Mama Cares to pay for this hospital bill or pay for rent.
Right.
And you get more information about that at Mama Cares at themamas.org. And you could always make a tax deductible donation there at the Mamas.
Um. No, I've listening to 92.7 like I do. I've heard yours and Rockers commercials on there. I heard some about. I think I heard one or two of them about the Mamas.
Yeah. Well, we were. So what was it? Rocker and I relate to try to be creative with the promos. We get 30 seconds to run a promo to try to get people interested in listening to Max Inc. Radio on the weekends.
Right.
So Rocker and I, well, actually, it's mostly Rocker. A lot of these have been Rocker's ideas. I've come at them with a couple of ideas, and we just like to have fun with it. I think the current one is we had to tell the president or Agent Orange to send a check.
Agent Orange told you the check was in the mail.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, Agent Orange, the check is in the mail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you can actually listen to all these promos. So if you go to Max Inc. Radio, MAXINK radio.com, there's an opportunity to listen live when we're on Saturday nights. You can also listen to all the archives of all the shows and also all the interviews that we've done while we've been on 92.7, which has been the last year and a few months now. You can also listen to all the past promos we've done. So all the promos, you can go back and listen to those if you like. And also the most important thing is if you're an artist, if you are a band, you got new music coming out, or maybe music that you haven't that you released 100 years ago or something like that. You can send us MP3s at maxincradio@gmail.com. We'll be happy to consider those for on-air playback.
Cool. Very cool.
Now we're getting close to the halfway mark. Let's get on to this other subject here that you started not so long ago.
Wait, halfway? Do I need another beer?
Sure. I gotta go grab a
If you
soda
wanna
then.
grab a beer.
No, I'm fine. I'm good.
So he can handle it.
Yeah, we usually do about an hour show.
So now you've got this thing you started not so long ago, and I love the website. I really do. I got to give you props for changing that one. FreeBellyRubs.com.
Are you gonna bring it up, Joe? You put it in your wall thing earlier.
Oh, I could do that. Yeah, I could
Bring
do
it
that.
up.
I still have it saved there. I'm only allowed 20.
Oh,
There.
look at that.
Look at that.
It's a beautiful logo.
How do you like that? That is cool.
I love it. So,
Yeah.
Hotel K, I got to tell you, Hotel K was a total mistake. Or not
No,
mistake.
when
Not a
you
mistake.
start this-
it just happened by mistake is what I'm trying to say. So when Leona, my wife, and I bought our house on the north side, what was it, 2007? We bought our house. Um, and the house has a fenced in backyard. We had Mott's, our dog at the time. And anyway, my friends and family were like, "Hey, you got this yard? Can the dog come over and can you watch him?" And we're like, "Yeah, bring him over." We're not charging anything at that time. We're just watching somebody's dog. And my buddy Slam and Elvin coined the name Hotel K. Hey, can Ellie and Wrigley come over to Hotel K? It might have been my buddy Ben too. I don't know. But Hotel K, it just stuck. So that's where the name came from. And then about a year later, someone actually gave us money for here's like $20 to watch our dog. And we're like, oh,
Oh, you
there's
can get paid for doing that? No.
right. So at the time, I was dispatching cabs for Badger Cab, and good people at Badger Cab, but again, it was dispatching. And
Right.
it's, I hate it sucked, And so I've always had the entrepreneurial spirit, wanted to do something on my own. So I did some research, took another year to kind of research things and find out the pros and the pitfalls of everything. I know I needed a platform, like a web and an app to be successful at it. So anyway, put all that together and here we are with freebellyrubs.com. Before COVID hit, we were in business for 5 years, and we went from just me and Leona to having 10 pet sitters working for us.
Damn.
And you opened up an actual office somewhere other than your house.
So February 15th, I moved in my office, which where I'm at now, and of course the bottom fell out about a month later in March.
Right.
So, it's been tough, but thankfully, we've had a lot of confidence in the public. I mean, we have really good reviews for pet sitting and dog walking, cat care visits, pet transportation. We have really good reviews both on, on Google and Facebook. People trust us. We have a handful of clients who either are in the healthcare industry and they had to work during the whole thing. So we kept them on. We also, we had a client that was stuck out of town. Her cat, we were taking care of her cat at home. It was supposed to be a 10-day reservation or something like that. And it turned into a 45-day reservation because she was just, the client was stuck out of town. She couldn't get back to Madison.
Right, because of travel restrictions.
Right. So, it was an interesting time. I was fortunate enough. I want to give a shout out to, Dame by Local. And they had this grant sponsored by Dane County and Dame by Local. And I got some grant money from them. And it basically, because of the loss of business, I lost, 75% of my business. The grant basically paid for my office for the year, which was a blessing,
Nice.
And
That's very
so yeah. So I was very lucky with that. And didn't have, we just did what we had to do.
And didn't you already spread out beyond Madison?
I was just the beginning of this year. I was trying to tap into the Baraboo, Sauk City, maybe like Lodi, and it's been hard because I just started that effort at the beginning of the year, and like everything else, that's being put on hold. But I do have a pet sitter that can accommodate some specific hours up in the Baraboo area. Shout out to Lisa. So that's possible. But right now we're focusing here in Madison, Dane County. The things that we really want to do, and I think that it's a valuable thing because during quarantine I heard a lot of people got new dogs and new cats.
Yes.
And eventually you're going to want to travel. Eventually you're going to have to go back to work and work 10-hour days. while your dog stays home and pees on your carpet. That's no fun.
No.
So give us a call or just hop on our website, freebellyrubs.com.
Yep.
Read up about us. We do dog walks. We both have the potty break 30-minute, the 1 hour tuckered them out. We have cat care visits. We have the standard 20-minute cat care visit or the gone kitty fishing. That's 45 minutes. We'll even scoop the litter box for you. Um, and then we also do house sitting. So, Joe, when you go on vacation with the missus, you need someone to take care of your dog. We come out to your place, move in, and we take care of your dog. And then we leave. Your house is exactly how you left it with a happy dog when you come home.
Oh, you don't clean?
Well, I don't
Oh,
make a mess.
see, they don't make the mess, and
I clean up my
they
own
pick up
mess.
after themselves. See?
Right.
Not like the kids. When the kids come and stay, and you have to pick up after them after they
Yeah,
leave.
shit.
2 days later, you're still finding crap that they left.
I like how you did that, Mark. That was good. Little jab to the gut. Little jab to the gut.
Well, got to make sure that everything's covered here.
I really appreciate you guys having me on, though, especially to talk about freebellyrubs.com. I mean, Hotel K obviously is my livelihood now.
I
Leon
believe
and
in
yeah.
stuff like this because, you know me, I'm a dog person.
Woof.
Okay,
So
I
am I.
I believe in rescuing the dogs, and basically Joy was a rescue dog.
Yeah.
Nitro was kind of a rescue dog because if I didn't take him, they were going to put him in the pound.
Right.
You know,
You never know what would have
so
happened to him or where he would
right
have went at
because
that
he was
point.
7 years old at the time. So at least the last couple of years of his life were happy ones.
Yeah,
He went
they
for
were
walks
happy
every
ones.
day, and he was a spoiled puppy.
It is heartwarming to hear stories like that. I mean, I hear that story a lot.
And I
there's a
miss
lot of,
my Nitro. I miss
yeah.
Nitro every day. I mean, it was the worst thing it was that I ever felt in my life was losing that pet. I never thought losing a pet could hurt so bad because all the pets I've ever had before I had to give them up because I moved to an apartment and couldn't have them.
Yeah.
But at least I knew they were safe and okay and happy with somebody else. Because I found them a good home.
Yeah, man.
But I never became attached to a dog like I was attached to Nitro. He was a very good companion. And in me
Well,
being disabled, I needed that because I was
yeah,
home alone all the
exactly.
time while my wife worked. So I needed that
You needed that
companionship. And
companionship there
he kept me going out, and he was the one that if it wasn't for him, I would have probably been stuck in a wheelchair early. You know, but now it's probably going to be years because I go out and I walk my dog every day. They give me something to do.
Yeah,
To
man.
keep me busy. And
I,
huskies are smart.
yeah, they are.
And
Dog walking is. I'm sorry.
you can have a good conversation with a husky too.
Yes, you
So,
can.
so, but yeah, I love dogs, and I don't think I could live in a house where I could have a dog and not have one. So,
Go ahead.
Leon and I still don't have a dog. We had Mott's. Mott's passed away though 5 years ago. Hey Mott's, if you're listening, hello. Here's your paranormal tie-in. I knew I would get in
there
there
you go.
somewhere.
You never know.
So we're professional pet sitters without a dog of our own. But
Well,
we got 4
yeah.
dogs in the house tonight, though.
Yeah, I usually the one time I was there, you had like 5 or 6.
Yeah, but the
Probably
thing
5.
is,
We try not to go over 5.
That one, I
with
was
that,
like,
Jimmy.
I was trying to steal that one from you. You were like, oh, I don't think the owner would appreciate that too much.
Can't steal the dogs.
But it was so lovable, that husky. That
Mm.
one husky, it was just a puppy still.
You met Arya. I remember that now.
Yes.
Yeah, just a puppy.
Beautiful.
Beautiful husky, had beautiful markings and very lovable. Oh, yeah.
So
But those
not
are my
having
favorites.
not having a dog of your own for you guys, it isn't it still kind of like having your own dog whenever you're sitting for others,
Yeah.
especially if they're repeat clients.
Well, you hit the nail on the head here, Mark. That's where free belly rubs comes from. Because for the for pros and cons, Leon and most of the time are going to fall in love with your dog.
Oh yeah,
Period.
well definitely.
And we treat your dog as if it was ours and care for it as if it was part of our family.
Hmm.
So they continue to spoil your puppy.
We might have spoiled a
Exactly.
few dogs, yes. And I'm not sorry about that. Uh, you know, the one thing about Hotel K I was not prepared for um, is when we find out that a client's dog died. Uh, it's especially a dog that we've had at the house a number of times, or we've
And you
walked
got
a number of
attached to.
times, and we get attached to.
It hurts just as much.
And I mean, when that's the bad thing about having a large client list, and I think we just topped 850 clients or something like that the other day.
Wow.
Um,
That's
it happens. It happens more so than I like, and it's an emotional. I don't want to say trauma, but it's difficult sometimes.
it's like an
Uh,
emotional roller coaster.
yeah, exactly. So
Well,
it's tough.
I
Yeah,
lived
no,
with
I
Dwayne.
agree. I
I lived
understand.
with Dwayne for so many years, and I kind of got attached to his dog. And when I heard Argus passed away, it
Oh,
was kind of
Argy was
that was
awesome.
rough. That was rough when Argus passed away. He died of old age, but still, it was rough.
Yeah, but nobody liked my dog.
Argus was my buddy when I lived there.
Nobody liked my
So
dog. I had a Rot Lab mix. His name was Max. Got him when he was 6 months old.
Did you ride the short bus to school?
He did not ride the short bus to school. But no, he lived to be about 12 years old, and he wound
he
up
was
with
just a
that.
big brute.
Oh, he was not. He was a big, loving little, loving
Yeah,
fart.
I know, but when he'd want to
He
get up in your
he
face,
always
he'd get
thought
up in your face, and there wasn't
he
much you
always
could do
thought
about it.
he always thought he was a lap dog, and he weighed 110 pounds. I was
He had
about
a
the only
unique
one that
coat.
could
What did
handle
you
him.
call that coat? What
It's
was
a
that
brindle
coat?
color.
Brindle color. Yeah, it was really cool.
Same color that Jasmine is. My puppy now, Jasmine. She's got that same color coat.
Oh.
But yeah, he was a pretty awesome dog. The what got him was he wound up Cushing's disease.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, that's what took him, and we had to, we didn't want to let him suffer anymore, so we had to have him put down.
yeah.
But it was 12 wonderful years with him, though.
Now you have to talk about something happier. I got to bust out the whiskey.
I'm sorry. I got a bottle of whiskey we could both drink together. I got some honey Jim Beam.
Honey Jim Beam.
So it slowed down your expansion. That kind of really sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still about half where I should be or where I was last year as far as total walks and sales or whatever. But you know what? Uh, we're still doing good things. We're
Well,
alive.
yeah,
We're healthy. We're surviving, and things are. I'm optimistic.
I mean, sitting there and taking care of those dogs for those people that were on the front lines there as nurses and doctors or whatever, that's cool too. I mean, that's something. I mean, you got to do what you can in this pandemic and crisis that this world's in. You know, I
Yeah,
mean, you got to get this. They got to get the United back in the United States. And
Amen,
it's the
brother.
only way. That's the only way we're going to survive. You know, that's all I'm saying on
yeah.
that.
We need somebody in that would be a uniter, not a divider.
But I still think that out of nowhere, this Hotel K popped up, and I thought it was the coolest idea ever. I
Well, thank
really
you.
did.
I
You know,
I think it is too.
I
I
always thought you were the one for the name, though. It's kind of cool that it was a buddy that kind of dubbed you Hotel K, and you just ran with it.
yeah,
I
man.
think that's really cool.
Well, I mean, it works. I mean, I've
Oh
been
yeah,
called
it
Jimmy
works.
K since the beginning of time. So,
That's what you were called when you were dispatching, pretty much too.
we're hoping to we're hoping to upgrade. We want to sell and buy another house, sometime soon, and
Something with a bigger yard.
something with a bigger yard, maybe out a little bit out in the country, maybe on an acre or something like that. We
Give them
want it to
give them some room to run.
we want it to be on County Highway K.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So my search is a little narrow, but we'll see what
Oh,
happens.
that really narrows down that
Would be,
search.
but that would still be pretty damn cool.
If you own a piece of property on Highway K, give me a call.
That
That would
would
be
really.
I'll trade you. I'll trade you.
Trade ya.
You give me some property on Highway K, I'll be your pitch guy.
That would be cool.
And give your dog Billy
Hotel
Rose.
K on Highway
On
K.
Highway K.
That is cool.
Yeah, man. So
Anything
Call.
else?
Tom's trying to do a pitch here for him. There, he'll find your property.
it's weird when I do shows. Dead air drives me crazy.
Sponsor
Awkward.
yeah, actually. Yeah.
I'm like dead air. All right, your turn.
No, the Tom Klein, our buddy here, he this is his sponsor actually. This guy that he put on the comments
Yeah.
here. Yeah, and you never know. He may actually be able to find you a place. Or
He's
or
a
how about,
realtor.
Solidarity Realty.
Oh, yeah. Well, Darcy is awesome over at Solidarity. She's a
Darcy.
sponsor.
Yes.
She's a
yes.
sponsor at 92.7 FM. We
Just
appreciate
call your
that.
cousin. Just call your cousin
Jimmy Killer Lane. Well, I'm sorry. The other Jim Killer Lane.
or Michelle
Or Michelle Killer Lane.
or Michelle Killer Lane.
My
There
buddy
you go.
Roger.
Speaking of cousins,
Speaking of cousins.
Okay, Joe.
maybe not to you.
I-
Cousins,
I'm sorry, what now?
maybe not to you.
Oh, okay.
My Uncle Steve Carvello and Aunt Vera Carvello, they lived right next door on Speedway Road. That's
Next,
her immediate family.
okay, sure.
So that's a cousin of mine, I
Okay,
guess.
right.
Not so much the Killer Lane family, but she
You're-
knows the Killer Lane family pretty well.
The Killer Lane family.
Yes.
It's huge, and I don't know anybody. But, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you don't know anybody, man.
I don't know any. I mean, I know a few people, but I don't know. I just don't know anybody.
Well, you got the other one that's got your name.
What do you mean?
Jimmy. The other Jimmy.
Well, the other Jim Killer Lane. No,
Yeah,
the other Jim
Jimmy.
Killer Lane. So
Oh,
He's awesome.
no, wait. Here we
he's a-
go.
he's a realtor,
I guess she is a cousin.
Yeah. Anyway, Jim's mom and dad, my uncle Paul and Jenny are two of my favorite people in the world. They're
Yeah,
all
they're great. Man, I got good stories about Uncle Paul. Back when he used to be supervisor of
Madison Metro.
Madison Metro, yeah. Did you see this one? All right, here, there you go. Her grandfather was Leo Killer Lane. He died in the war.
Yeah. So Leo, are you talking about? Yeah, Leo Killer Lane. He's one of my uncles.
He died in
Died-
the war, though. in a
He
war.
died in, if I remember the story right, I think Jenny told me this story. He was in the Battle of the Bulge in, was it Belgium? That's where he was a tank commander, or maybe not a commander, but he was in a tank. So,
Yeah. Well,
was it just-
that's not exactly how you spell it either, though, Tom.
oh, you're showing pictures on the bottom left. I thought that was advertising pop-ups.
No,
popping up.
no. These are comments people are making.
Gotcha.
No, yeah, these are our comments over here.
I will say this, talking about World War II, wasn't it just a couple days ago?
Lisa said you were correct, though.
Oh, great. Hi, Lisa. I see your picture now. I thought you were a Google ad first. What was it the other day? It was the anniversary of the day that World War II ended. Peace,
Yeah.
peace, brother.
Well, peace for a little short time, but yeah. Um, Man, there's so much I could actually start going into since you guys started talking about this World War II and all this other crap.
We don't want
But
you to
it'd be
get started
politics,
on
and I
that.
don't
I
want to
don't
get
want you to get
started on
started on
that.
that. No, 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 no. We don't go
It'd
there.
be a bad. It would be a bad
That's
thing because I
taboo.
would wind up.
That's
Yeah, I
taboo.
know
That's
it's
got us in
taboo.
trouble in the past.
I have my I have I mean I'm a liberal I'm a libtard, dude. Screw you
You're
if you
not
don't
a
like it.
bleeding heart liberal, are you, Jimmy?
I the best president there's never been is Bernie Sanders. Period. That's who I am, you know.
Unfortunately, he hasn't been president yet.
Right. The best president that never has been Bernie Sanders. The best
You
president we
know,
never
I
had.
like. I love Bernie's um, what he has to say about things and the way he thinks about things. But
It's
still,
not things. I mean, if you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. I mean,
No, 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 no. We
I mean,
don't
here's
do that. It's a
Joe will
taboo.
shut me up.
It's a
He will.
taboo.
you're
Joe.
We don't
unplugged
talk
from
about.
politics.
We don't talk politics and we don't talk religion. Those are
Great.
two
Yeah,
taboos where we've
Joe
gotten
will
ourselves into
silence me.
trouble in the past. Uh,
I have
and
really
he
pissed a
he
lot
will
of
go
people off.
off. So he'll get on a pretty bad rant. I let him do that one day, and it got pretty bad because it was built up for too long.
It got ugly.
It did. Yeah, we don't like to
So
piss our viewers
I
off.
just try to be I
You
just try
know,
to be
I'm
a
not
nice guy.
sly in the
I'm not
morning,
gonna say
and doing
anything.
social day where, I'm going to take the opposite of you.
You know, I can respect that. You
You
know,
know,
something that I will say that it's very disappointing on how divided we are as a country right
well,
now.
yeah, it is.
No matter what your political view is, though, there's a fine line right now, and I'm getting in the weeds here, and I apologize, but when you're on Facebook, scrolling through your feed or whatever, and you see someone with a bunch of hate on there, judging people for who they are or what they are. You know,
It's
uh,
pretty pathetic.
it's this country has never been so divided than it is right now,
Oh, it
and
has
it's
been.
Oh no,
over
I
some
agree with you on
and
that.
it's over some stupid stuff. And really, the biggest thing out there right now, it is the misinformation, the lies, and just the 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 BS. I mean,
Well, fact checkers are happy because their paychecks are pretty fat right now.
well, as an average person, it's really hard to fact check these days. I mean, you can get it done. I do it every single day. Read a story. Hey, my God, is that true? Like today's news with what Trump said about the talking to some veteran's mom or something like that lost her son in the war. You know, you read that kind of stuff. You go, oh my God, is that really true? Is it really true? And you go on. So you got to do the legwork to prove that the story is true or not true.
Oh, yeah, you do.
And when there's an injustice happening like there is in this world right now, here in the United States, all over our country, you got to speak up about the injustice,
Oh, yeah.
and you have to do it. But that's hard to do on social media because it doesn't make your voice is just one of many dumbasses out there. So
There's a
I
lot of
changed
hate
it.
out there, and it's gotten
That's
tough.
how's that for dancing around the edges?
Yeah,
it's a good
yeah.
dance. This is my puppy
But I
here,
agree
by
with
the
you.
way.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, that's why I said what I said earlier. I mean, we need to get the United back into the United States. It's too divided.
Jimmy,
We're
I
not
wish
going
I
to
had the answers
survive
for you.
until we
I
do
see the
that.
dog,
this is my puppy.
and I like the
A
dog.
picture.
I like the
of her.
dog better than the conversation
Oh yeah.
because I hate talking politics.
Yeah.
So
that's
do
why we
I,
don't.
because that's what I mean. Every time I open my mouth about politics or religion, I have a very, very bad tendency of pissing people off to a point where they will literally either scream at me or they will turn around and walk out because they know if they
Report the
don't,
video,
it's
but we
gonna.
haven't been reported yet.
I don't
No.
get I don't get angry at your position. Whatever your
Oh,
position is your position. I may not agree with it. I may think it's wrong. Where I
right.
get mad and where I get animated is when the facts are wrong.
Yeah.
When the facts that you're sharing to prove your point right, the facts are wrong. They don't add up, or you're just outright lying about it.
Or
That's
you're
the
just
problem we have
pulling,
on
or
social
you're
media
trying to
today.
pull facts out of your ass that don't even fucking matter to
I
be facts.
I love to argue or debate. That's fun, you know, especially if it's something about
I'm
something. If
only,
you're debating about something you're passionate about.
yeah.
But if you're debating somebody who
Hi, Molly.
is not open to new ideas or can't prove their ideas in factual world, what's the use?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
that's the main thing, just
uh,
like I've said before, everybody has their own opinion on things, and opinions are like assholes. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
has one, and every one of them stinks.
Agreed.
So, that's one way of putting it. So,
When in doubt, give your dog a belly rub.
you know,
yes, there you go.
that'll always calm you down.
And I'll tell you, when I come home from work, if I don't sit down right away and let her start giving me kisses, I don't hear the end of it for about an hour and a half
I posted a
because
picture.
she will pester me until I do.
I posted a picture on my wall the other day or yesterday. This dog I walk. His name is Sir Duke. Great dog. He's a mastiff. And the
He's a
picture was
what?
a self. He's a mastiff.
That's a big dog.
Yeah, he's a big dog.
Which breed of mastiff? Because there's like 4 or 5 different breeds.
He's the big mastiff. If you look at the picture on my wall,
Okay.
2 or 3 down, you'll see him there. But anyway, he and I were looking right at the camera. Right before I hit the button to take the picture, he all right on my face. Licked the side of my face. It was awesome. So I got, showered in dog spit.
So basically, you're telling me that in that picture, you have one eye and a lens,
Well, I
and
mean,
this
Larry,
side
Larry's your.
and this side is
Or,
completely covered with the tongue.
well, the picture just shows, up by the glasses. But yeah, it was a great picture, and
Yeah.
it was a fun walk with Duke too.
Huge tongue, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, mastiffs are beautiful. They are some of the most beautiful dogs. And you know what that breed was originally? I kind of like throwing this out there as a trivia question. That breed was originally bred for.
no, I don't. Tell us.
The Mastiff breed was originally bred um, over in the European Union countries. I think it was German or Austria where it originated from. And its original purpose was to hunt wolf packs, to take down wolf packs. They would take 2 bull mastiffs and train them to work together, and they would take down an entire wolf pack.
Now, I assume you fact checked all this, right?
I did
No,
read about
he's
it.
right
Yes.
because I've seen them talk about that on some of them dog shows that I've watched.
Yes, I did fact check it. I did
They
read about it,
they
but I
mention
may
that.
be incorrect about the origin area of the breed, but that is the original or reason that breed was brought about is because of like some of the I think it was the dukes that was overseeing the areas, the township, and then they'd have like a duke or a royal or whatever that was watching over them, and that was their job, which was to take care of any wolves that were coming in and taking livestock and stuff like that. So they came up with these huge breed of a mastiff, the breed of a dog, to help them take down those wolf packs.
I can only tell you about two
So,
breeds, and that's it.
but they are a beautiful dog.
Yeah, they
Oh
are.
my God.
Yes, they
You
are.
could throw a saddle on them, put your child on them, and you wouldn't have to even worry about your kid, you know?
Right.
I'm walking the dog and the kid. Well, actually, the kid's riding, but yeah. So anyway, anything else, Joe? No dead
Nope.
air. Come
Just
on,
vote
keep
for
going.
us.
I'm waiting for the next
Round
question.
two's round two's up. You know, so there's a link to vote for us because that ends on the 15th of this month. By the way,
Oh,
Ah,
yes,
awesome.
vote.
Okay.
and
Perform your civic duty and vote.
vote for Off the Rails
Yes.
for us for best comedy, and Ron Perry for entertainment. I think he's in
Off
the
the rails,
entertainment
best
part,
comedy. Ron Perry, entertainment, and
and
us. And
us in best sci-fi.
for some reason, they decided that our category is going to be sci-fi, even though
Yeah,
we are not sci-fi. But that's what they put us in.
we didn't start early enough last year to get into the Wisconsin
We didn't even
Podcast
know about
Association
this
award show
podcast association thing
until
until later in the year anyway.
right until
And
almost March.
and we did start actually officially we were already had started with podcasting prior to all that, but
But we had just changed
we didn't get
format,
yeah we just changed format and we got going back into something different and
and we were too late to register
well
because they had
even
first round
still
already
they
done
wouldn't even have had a category for us.
for
They had to
us to
come
fit
up with
in.
a category for us
Hmm.
because not a lot of people out there doing podcasts on the paranormal.
I wish somebody would make a category for me. I don't fit in any of the categories that exist right now. So
Well,
For
which
what?
category for which one? The Hotel K or for the Max Inc. Radio?
as Jimmy K, but yes,
Yeah. Oh, you still do the Jimmy K show on the side?
no, we have not. I will break a little news with you. Edub and I are in negotiations with each other to do another Jimmy K show or a variation of the Jimmy K show.
Oh, that'll be
Cool.
cool.
That'd be
We
cool.
hope sometime soon, sometime in the future.
Now
We don't
you
know
gonna-
when.
Are you going to try to do this as a broadcast over the
If we do it,
airwaves, or are you going to
if
try to do it just on the internet?
if we do it, it will be on the radio station on 92.7.
Cool.
We
That'd
hope.
be cool.
That'll be
Well,
real cool.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you know, if we do it, that's where we're gonna do some live music. Have a artist come in the studio, play some live music. That's the passion, of course, and
Definitely.
try to play as much new music from the local artists as possible. Push their shows, get people out there. Maybe do some live remotes. It's if you want to check out the show, please do so. Go to maxincradio.com. Tune in to 92.7 FM on Saturday nights at 6 o'clock. And then, of course, free belly rubs. If you need a pet sitter,
FreeBellyRubs.com.
see, I could be a pitch dude.
Yep.
Joe, hire me as your pitch guy, dude. But think about this: you're going on vacation. You got a couple dogs or a couple cats at home. Give me a call. We'll take care of your animals for you. I promise.
Yeah, just type in FreeBellyRubs.com and you'll find all his info.
Free belly rubs. It comes with a nice app too. I mean, you create your profile, you tell us about your animal, and tell us how to take care of your animal.
Cool.
And then the best thing about it that I heard from our clients, other than having their pet be well when they get home, is we have our app, and after every visit, we send you a message. I get a couple pictures, take some cute pictures of your cat or your dog while we're on our walk or climbing the cat tree or whatever, and let you know that dinner was served, fresh water. There's some poop in the cat box, as now in the trash. Put your mail on the counter. All at freebellyrubs.com.
Awesome.
Ah.
So you do.
So you
do all that and
You
you
put a
don't
real
clean?
personal touch to it.
We,
Yeah, but earlier he said when they do some of the house visits, they'll even clean the cat litter box.
We scooped the
Well,
litter
that
box. Yeah.
part, yeah, that
Yeah.
clean the
Well,
cat
that's
litter,
still
but I mean
cleaning.
clean the house.
Well, the house should be
You're
clean.
doing everything else.
We, we appreciate a clean house when we get there for house sitting anyway. Because we're staying there, but
Yeah,
we don't
well,
judge. I mean, I got my camping cot in my tent. I'll just bring if needed. Camp out in the backyard.
camp out in the backyard with the dog.
And shit, we're going to be doing that soon. I'm not a camping person, but we're going to be doing that soon.
Well, it's not really a camping thing, Joe. We're going to be there overnight, and we're going to have to
So,
probably take turns napping so we can keep eye on the cameras. We're going on an investigation at the end of the month,
we're
and
going
it's an
back to the
overnight.
Beast of Bray Road.
So
Yeah, I've heard of that place.
Yeah, well, we've been down on a farm
yeah, we
once
were already
already.
out there for over 8 hours, and then we're going back out there at the end of the month
Yeah,
to do a
but
complete
it's
overnight, and it's going
we're
to be
having a
it's
guest
going to be
with us,
fun, and it's going to be interesting.
and we've got a guest from Illinois coming up.
Yes, we
another
got someone that
an
we already.
investigator that's been doing this for over 40 years by the
And,
name of Dale Kazmarek.
yep, and we've already interviewed him, and then we were talking on Wednesday and kind of thought it would be cool, and then
I was
everything
on the
just
phone
kind of
with
blew
him.
up.
I was on the phone with him today, and
It all came together.
so I was on the phone with him today, and the details are set. So because he called me.
So anyway,
Well, awesome.
oh,
Well, hey guys, thank you so much for having me on. I
hey Jimmy,
really
thanks for
appreciate it.
showing up and coming in with us here, man.
Thanks for showing up. That's half the battle, man.
Yeah. But no, thanks for coming in, talking with us, and I'm glad we can do this and pitch your freebellyrubs.com and
Hell yeah.
flip it, Joe. Flip it to the other one, Max Inc.
Yeah, I will.
Oh yeah, MaxIncRadio.com.
Do a quick flip over to that one,
Yeah, I will.
and then MaxIncRadio.com. Hey, he's the controller of this whole mess. So I'm kind of sitting here just winging.
You guys are good. You guys
Off.
did good.
He also does
Got to
that.
work on that dead air a little bit, but you did good.
Yeah, sorry. I kind of got involved looking for my picture here so you could get a peek at my puppy.
I will say, it's very awkward for me to be on this side of the microphone, quote unquote, because I've done so many interviews with people, and like I said, I especially when I'm doing radio with Edub. Edub is the best co-host in the world. It's tough when there's dead air. There's like an alarm inside my head goes off. So I've been interviewed by people in the past a couple of times, and sometimes I have a bad habit of taking over the show and start asking my own questions.
Dude, if you have to, do it.
I have a note right here in front of me. It says really big, "Don't take over the show." So I don't think I did that tonight.
No, you didn't.
Tune
No,
in
you
next
did-
week
you did
to no, never mind.
So
We had fun,
we're getting
We
better
could've
at it.
We could have taken this.
I guess
bit
I'll say it
further.
that way.
I know a lot about you. I mean, you and I go way back since we're cousins. I mean, we worked at the cab company, and then I think before that it was Burger King. A long time ago.
Burger King. There was a fine job.
Yep. What's that?
Damn bug.
Oh, I miss cleaning those fryers. And dude, cleaning the grease trap at Burger King, there was nothing better. That taught me how to be a man.
Most kids nowadays think they're too good to work for McDonald's or Burger King.
Well,
I,
do you blame them when they're only getting paid $7 an hour?
yeah, but think about what minimum wage was when we were working.
Yeah, yeah.
Now I just made you feel old.
Yeah. Yeah, it made all three of us feel old.
That makes me feel even better for cleaning those grease traps.
Hey,
Thanks, man.
It taught you good work ethic, so because you stuck with it till you found something better.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I was always raised never to quit a job until I had a job lined up.
That's
Always have
how
put
I
in your
was
back.
taught.
You
That's
know,
exactly how I was taught.
these kids nowadays, I see them just quitting and they have nothing. Oh, I'll get a job. When?
Let's be truthful, though. We've all done it. Quit a
Oh,
job without having something.
I have done it a couple of times.
When I was younger, yes, I had quit a job, didn't have anything lined up, but within 2 days afterwards, I had another job.
I was 18 years old. This is a funny story. I was 18 years old or so, maybe 17. I got this job at some place as a janitor, working there in the day, making $7 an hour, you know.
Mm.
Second day on the job, dude bowls out a joint. He was like, "Hey, you want to get stoned?" I'm like, "Hell yeah." Uh, we picked a poor location because we were smoking the joint in a section of the property where there was a camera basically right there. Boss pulls me into the office. This is like the second or third day of work, you know. Because I don't think it's going to work out here for you. I'm like, why? What did I do? He goes, oh, and he showed me the computer screen of me smoking a joint. I tried to pass it off. Oh, that's a cigarette, but that didn't work out. So you learn from that.
Yeah, man.
You try to anyhow.
No,
Yeah,
I.
at least
It
you
was a
tried.
lesson. I
At
learned
least you
something from
tried.
that day. Yeah.
I didn't learn my lesson. A couple of times that I didn't have something lined up, both times, I ended up hitting my boss.
I've never hit my boss.
See, I had a bad temper. I had that bad Italian. You get the Italian, the Irish, the German. Oh,
It's not
you
just
got
the
one.
Irish, my friend.
I know. That's what I said.
German
German,
tempers are
Irish.
bad.
It's all you get that all mixed together. But dude gets up in my face and starts demanding respect just because he's my supervisor. That isn't going to fly.
Run away.
No.
Just run away.
And then
Turn around and walk
and then
off.
the other time, and I'm not a homophobic or anything, but you touch me in that kind of a way, you're going to get a response. You know. And I was working at a cousin's supper club on Park Street. Okay. And I was working in the kitchen and he comes up and he grabs my ass. And I just turned around and I swung.
I mean, just give him a steak sandwich. He'll be fine.
I said, tell my cousin Joe, who happened to be at a Perry Como concert, that I said goodbye and you don't have to send me a paycheck. I was only there maybe 6 hours. Shortest job I ever had in my life.
Well, the moral of that story is always ask for consent before you touch your brother's ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Consent is everything, you know.
Yeah. But that was,
That's very awkward, though, bro.
Yeah.
but that same place.
Well, no, it wasn't his
We-
brother or anything. It was someone in the wait staff that grabbed him.
Right.
Now, I ended up working at Taco Bell that was just down the street a little ways. Right
Taco
after.
Bell.
So you're there until 2 o'clock in the morning, maybe a little later, depending on how long it takes cleanup, right?
Mm.
So I'm riding my bike back, and I got to go past this supper club. Now, remember, this is 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. This supper club used to close at about 10 o'clock at night. Okay, three
Is
lemons.
this the Taco Bell in South Park you're talking about?
Yes.
Dude, I worked at Taco Bell in South Park.
Right.
When
So-
did you work there? Oh wait, I took over your show again. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's all right. And now I worked back when I was in my senior year in high school. It was 1984. I was there.
Okay.
Okay. So here I am. I'm riding my bike back to Moreland Road because I lived on Moreland Road because I was going to La Follette. And I passed that supper club on my way home.
Dalton 77, by the way, the Sirloin Strip.
Yeah, that was way up the road. But this was still on South Park Street, the supper club. Owned by an Italian.
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, yeah.
Now, I get by there about little after 3 o'clock in the morning, and there's a few limousines outside. Guys outside in suits, standing outside. Obviously, the limo drivers, and they've all got sunglasses, but here it is, 3 o'clock in the morning. What do you think's going on?
Party?
No, supper club closes at 10 p.m.
Okay.
That was mafia.
Yeah,
party.
there was a meeting.
I mean, that guy that owned the place was old enough to know and love Perry Como
Hmm.
and get VIP seats.
That was a mandatory meeting at that point. So
Yeah,
We've all had those mandatory meetings.
yeah.
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 I'm
Okay.
glad I wasn't working there no more. But
Anyway,
Taco Bell on South Park Street was not a desirable job either, and they only pay their employees dirt.
yeah,
mm,
I
And
worked.
they canceled the Mexican pizza.
Yeah,
what the hell?
When and if I ever went to Taco Bell, that was the one thing I got because I enjoyed it.
at some
Was
point
the
they changed it too, because they don't taste the same as they used to either.
well, I mean,
But then
it's
again, I'm not drunk anymore when I eat their food. So
bingo.
maybe that's what it's got to be. You know,
Anyway, all right, Jimmy, it was great talking to you, dude. I
Thank
actually
you.
have to go. I don't know if you want to hang out with Joe, but
I got to go myself. I got to
he
go
has
walk a
stuff
dog.
to take care of.
visit www.utterlyinsaneproductions.com, maxinkradio.com, and don't forget freebellyrubs.com.
Yes,
Yeah, and
freebellyrubs.com. Important.
we're for those of you here on YouTube, we're also on YouTube. Hotel K Pet Sitting on YouTube. Do that like and subscribe thing, and thank you.
Thanks, Jimmy.